Today, the world of European football finds itself on the brink of what could be a transformative moment, one that has the potential to reshape the dynamics not only of La Liga but of the broader continental landscape. At the center of this intrigue is Conor Gallagher, the talented English midfielder who currently wears the colors of Atlético de Madrid. What is making waves among fans and pundits alike is the reported interest of Real Madrid in acquiring Gallagher, a move that transcends the ordinary mechanics of the transfer market, representing instead a confluence of strategy, ambition, and sporting vision. The prospect of Gallagher switching allegiances within the city of Madrid has ignited passionate debates across social media, sports forums, and media outlets, with supporters of both clubs attempting to imagine the profound impact such a transfer could have on the balance of power between Spain's most prominent footballing institutions. Conor Gallagher, at just 25 years of age, stands at a critical juncture in his professional journey. His career thus far has been marked by both remarkable flashes of brilliance and challenging periods of adaptation, creating a narrative of resilience, growth, and untapped potential. Gallagher's formative years at Chelsea, one of the most demanding and competitive environments in the Premier League, were instrumental in shaping both his technical abilities and his mental fortitude. It was in Stamford Bridge that Gallagher established himself as a complete midfielder, a player capable of executing precise tackles, recovering possession with surgical efficiency, orchestrating attacks with intelligence and vision, and arriving from the second line into the opposition box with uncanny timing. His tireless work ethic and remarkable stamina ensured that he could sustain high performance across the full 90 minutes, earning him recognition as one of the brightest young talents emerging from England during that period. Gallagher's attributes, versatility, tactical awareness, physicality, and technical skill, naturally drew attention from clubs across Europe. Yet, despite his evident talent, his move to Atlético de Madrid has proven to be a more complex transition than many anticipated. Under Diego Simeone, Atlético is not merely a club but a meticulously organized footballing institution, where discipline, tactical rigor, and relentless intensity are prerequisites for every player seeking a starting position. The midfield, in particular, is a battleground of talent, populated by seasoned professionals who have long been accustomed to Simeone's exacting standards and physical demands. For Gallagher, this presented a steep learning curve, one where every match became a test of adaptation, resilience, and tactical intelligence. Although Gallagher has delivered moments of undeniable quality and has occasionally been the protagonist in key fixtures, he has struggled to achieve the level of consistency that would secure him a permanent place in Simeone's starting 11. He has, at times, found himself in secondary roles or substituted during crucial matches, a situation exemplified by his Champions League appearance against Liverpool, where, despite a promising start, he was replaced roughly an hour into the game. For a player of Gallagher's caliber and ambition, this lack of continuity is more than an inconvenience. It is a significant hurdle in his quest to solidify a spot in the England national team and position himself as a leading figure ahead of the 2026 World Cup. The potential interest of Real Madrid represents a tantalizing opportunity both for the club and the player. From the perspective of the Spanish giants, Gallagher could bring an infusion of dynamism, versatility, and energy to a midfield in need of rejuvenation. His capacity to function in multiple roles, whether as a box-to-box engine, a deep-lying playmaker, or a late-arriving attacking threat, aligns perfectly with the evolving tactical demands of a club that regularly competes on multiple fronts, including La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and, critically, the UEFA Champions League. For Gallagher, a move to the Santiago Bernabéu would provide a platform to demonstrate his full capabilities, offering a combination of competitive pressure, historical prestige, and exposure on the largest stages of European football. Beyond the immediate sporting considerations, this potential transfer highlights the intricate calculus of modern football. Clubs like Real Madrid must weigh not only the technical and physical attributes of a prospective signing but also their mental resilience, adaptability, long-term growth potential, and compatibility with existing squad dynamics. The acquisition of a player like Gallagher is far from a straightforward transaction. It is a strategic investment with multiple layers of implications, ranging from on-field tactical impact to commercial appeal and even national team considerations. Every decision in this context is loaded with potential consequences, where the line between a transformative success and an underwhelming gamble is often razor-thin. The narrative surrounding Gallagher also underscores a broader truth about the contemporary footballing landscape. Raw talent alone is rarely sufficient. Context, opportunity, and the alignment between player profile and club philosophy are equally critical. While Gallagher has excelled in the Premier League and has shown flashes of brilliance at Atlético, the question remains whether he can translate that potential into sustained success within a club environment that demands immediate results and constant excellence. Real Madrid, with its history of nurturing and maximizing world-class talent, could provide the optimal environment for Gallagher to realize his ambitions, refine his game, and secure a lasting legacy at the highest level of European football. As the speculation intensifies, fans and analysts alike are left to ponder the broader implications. Could Gallagher become a key differentiator in Madrid's pursuit of domestic and European dominance? How would his integration affect the existing squad hierarchy, and what adjustments would be necessary for him to thrive under the guidance of Carlo Ancelotti or any future coach? The answers to these questions are uncertain, but they are precisely what make this potential transfer such a compelling story, full of suspense, strategic intrigue, and the promise of high-stakes drama on and off the pitch. In essence, the saga of Conor Gallagher is far more than a transfer rumor. It is a microcosm of modern football itself, where talent, ambition, strategy, and circumstance converge to shape the trajectory of careers and the fortunes of clubs. It is a story of opportunity meeting preparation, of challenge meeting resilience, and of a young player standing at the threshold of what could be the defining chapter of his professional life. As the football world watches, one thing is clear. The coming weeks could mark a pivotal turning point, not just for Gallagher, but for the balance of power in Madrid, in Spain, and across European football. The stage is set, the stakes are high, and the narrative is far from over. Real Madrid, for their part, have been closely monitoring the development of Conor Gallagher for some time. Since the appointment of Xabi Alonso to the managerial position, the club has pursued a very deliberate strategy in reinforcing the midfield. Alonso, renowned for his tactical intelligence, deep understanding of the game, and experience as a world-class midfielder, has made it clear that his vision centers on controlling matches through the midfield, combining defensive solidity with creativity, tempo control, and offensive projection. In this context, the club's leadership has been searching for midfielders who embody a very specific set of attributes. Players capable of breaking up opposition attacks, distributing the ball with precision, reading the game intelligently, and simultaneously supporting the offensive phase with movement, timing, and a constant sense of threat. Conor Gallagher fits this mold exceptionally well. He is not just a midfielder who performs defensive tasks adequately. He possesses the tactical awareness, physical dynamism, and technical skill to break lines with incisive passes, make intelligent forward runs, and consistently create opportunities, making him a highly coveted profile in modern football. Alonso's vision for Real Madrid is both ambitious and clear. He aims to construct a team that asserts its dominance from the first whistle, dictating the rhythm of the game while generating scoring opportunities through rapid ball circulation, high-intensity pressing, and proactive positioning. Gallagher's style of play aligns perfectly with this philosophy. His arrival could provide the team with a balanced combination of defensive resilience and offensive creativity, enabling Real Madrid to maintain tactical flexibility while enhancing the overall energy and pace of the midfield. Furthermore, Gallagher's versatility, his ability to operate in multiple roles across the central areas, offers Alonso tactical options to adapt the system mid-game depending on the circumstances, a quality of immense value in high-level European football. Within the Real Madrid dressing room, Gallagher would likely be welcomed enthusiastically. His profile aligns with the team's ethos of hard work, discipline, and high performance, and his energy and dynamism could inject fresh impetus into a squad that already boasts considerable talent. Adding a player of Gallagher's characteristics would also send a strong signal across Europe. Real Madrid remains a club that attracts ambitious, talented players seeking not just development but also opportunities to compete for the most prestigious trophies. This move would reinforce the club's image as an institution that combines ambition, prestige, and the capacity to adapt to the evolving demands of modern football, signaling that Real Madrid refuses to rest on past glories and is determined to remain at the forefront of European football. In contrast, Gallagher's tenure at Atlético Madrid has been markedly different. Under Diego Simeone's leadership, characterized by a highly disciplined, defense-oriented approach and unwavering loyalty to a specific tactical philosophy, Gallagher has struggled to find consistent integration. Despite Atlético boasting a top-tier squad and investing significantly in midfield talent, Gallagher has not yet become a pivotal figure, generating a degree of frustration among fans, pundits, and observers alike. The lack of continuity and full confidence has arguably constrained his development and visibility, highlighting a stark contrast with the environment he might find at Real Madrid, where balancing individual talent and collective structure is prioritized. From a market perspective, this potential transfer is both complex and extremely appealing. Gallagher continues to attract interest from the Premier League, with clubs such as Manchester United, Newcastle, and Tottenham frequently linked to him. Yet the player has expressed a desire to remain in the Champions League, a level of competition only consistently guaranteed by clubs like Real Madrid. This factor elevates the appeal of the Spanish giants, offering Gallagher a platform not only to compete for trophies but also to enhance his global visibility, solidify his role in the England national team, and perform on the biggest stages in world football. From both a sporting and personal standpoint, this move represents an opportunity to consolidate a career in the elite echelons of the game, within a professional environment that demands and cultivates excellence. Gallagher's arrival at Real Madrid could also have strategic implications for the squad's overall structure. Incorporating a young, versatile, and high-energy midfielder would allow better rotation management, alleviating the burden on veteran players, an essential consideration given the rigorous schedule of competing simultaneously in La Liga, the Champions League, and domestic cup competitions. Gallagher offers a unique blend of physicality, ball recovery, tactical intelligence, and offensive contribution, providing Alphonso with new options to diversify the team's approach. This could fundamentally enhance the team's midfield dynamics, introducing freshness, intensity, and greater depth, an area where Real Madrid has occasionally faced challenges during decisive moments in prior seasons. In addition, Gallagher's profile complements the club's longer-term vision. His adaptability allows him to perform effectively in multiple tactical systems, whether as a box-to-box midfielder, a deep-lying playmaker, or an advanced central figure joining the attack. His work rate and defensive contributions make him suitable for high-pressing scenarios, while his vision and passing range allow him to exploit spaces and create attacking opportunities in more controlled, possession-based setups. This versatility is particularly valuable in European competitions, where tactical flexibility often defines success against the continent's most elite teams. Ultimately, the potential acquisition of Conor Gallagher represents an ideal convergence of sporting necessity, club ambition, and player development. For Real Madrid, he offers talent, versatility, and tactical intelligence capable of making a decisive impact at the highest level. For Gallagher, the move represents a chance to cement his position at a historic club, compete consistently at the top tier of European football, and embrace the challenges of performing on the global stage. In the broader market context, this transfer could redefine his trajectory while sending a clear message. Real Madrid remains a club that blends historical prestige with modern ambition, continuing to attract the most promising and dynamic talents in world football. Moreover, considering the evolution of football in recent years, a player like Gallagher embodies the modern midfielder archetype, someone equally proficient in defensive transitions, ball progression, and offensive incursions. His style aligns with the growing trend of multifunctional midfielders capable of influencing the game across all phases, an asset particularly valuable for a club that competes at the highest level in multiple competitions. His arrival could also have a ripple effect, influencing squad selection, tactical rotations, and even transfer strategies in the future, as Real Madrid seeks to maintain its dominance domestically and in Europe while fostering a blend of youth and experience in its ranks. Florentino Perez, the visionary president of Real Madrid renowned for his strategic acumen in the football transfer market, has reportedly identified Conor Gallagher as a potential key addition to the squad, a player whose acquisition could have far-reaching consequences both on and off the pitch. Perez, whose tenure has been defined by a combination of ambition, meticulous planning, and a keen sense of timing in the market, sees in Gallagher not merely a midfielder to fill a positional need, but an opportunity to make a statement, a declaration of intent that Real Madrid continues to operate at the highest levels of tactical sophistication and market influence. The current situation surrounding Gallagher at Atlético de Madrid, including his contractual conditions and the relative lack of playing time he has experienced under the current coaching setup, makes the prospect of a transfer increasingly feasible, provided the club moves with the speed and decisiveness that has historically characterized its dealings. From a strategic perspective, acquiring Gallagher would not just be a reinforcement of midfield personnel. It would also function as a calculated maneuver designed to weaken a direct competitor, assert dominance in the domestic market, and broadcast Real Madrid's ambition to the entire European football landscape. Looking at the situation from a tactical standpoint, Gallagher's addition would bring a transformative dimension to Madrid's midfield structure. He is a player who blends high-intensity ball recovery with vision, passing range, and the ability to make late runs into the opposition penalty area, a combination of skills that aligns perfectly with the modern demands of elite football. For Xabi Alonso, who has been developing a midfield capable of controlling tempo while maintaining dynamism and fluidity, Gallagher would provide both versatility and tactical freedom. His presence would allow other creative midfielders, such as Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, and Federico Valverde, to assume more offensive responsibilities without compromising the balance or defensive stability of the squad. Furthermore, Gallagher's relentless energy and pressing ability would increase the team's intensity, enhancing Madrid's ability to recover possession high up the pitch, disrupt opponents' build-up play, and generate counterattacking opportunities at pace. The combination of defensive tenacity and offensive contribution makes him a highly valuable asset for a team that seeks to dominate matches both on and off the ball. Beyond the purely sporting perspective, Gallagher's acquisition carries a profound symbolic significance. For Real Madrid, this move would reinforce the club's identity as a global leader, not just in terms of titles and trophies, but also in terms of strategic vision and influence in the transfer market. It would send a clear, unmistakable signal to Atlético de Madrid, emphasizing that even the most talented individuals in rival squads are within Madrid's reach if the club identifies them as crucial assets. This psychological impact on a direct competitor cannot be understated. It underscores Real Madrid's continued superiority, not only on the pitch but in the realm of player recruitment and retention strategy. At a European level, clubs across the continent would observe closely, recognizing that Real Madrid remains a primary destination for top-tier talent and that it is willing to engage in competitive, assertive negotiations to secure players whose potential can decisively influence sporting outcomes. From the perspective of Gallagher himself, the move represents both a career-defining opportunity and a platform to fully realize his potential at the highest stage. The Santiago Bernabéu is not merely a stadium. It is a global stage where the best players in the world cement their legacies. Gallagher's expressed interest in joining Real Madrid indicates that he understands the strategic and developmental advantages of such a transfer: increased visibility, access to world-class coaching and infrastructure, and the chance to compete regularly at the highest levels of both domestic and continental competition. Reports indicate that initial informal contacts between the clubs have been positive, and the player has demonstrated a willingness to make the transition, aligning his career trajectory with the ambitions of one of the world's most iconic football institutions. Florentino Perez, consistent with his historical approach to high-profile transfers, has reportedly given the green light for formal negotiations, signaling that the club is ready to act decisively should Atlético de Madrid be open to discussions. Economically, this potential transfer represents a strategically sound investment. Beyond the immediate sporting advantages, a signing of Gallagher's profile can elevate the club's market value, attract sponsorship opportunities, and enhance global media attention. In an era where financial, commercial, and sporting considerations are increasingly intertwined, such a move serves multiple purposes. It strengthens the team, consolidates the brand's international image, and sends a message to potential commercial partners about Madrid's continued dominance in European football. The club's ability to integrate a young, high-potential player like Gallagher into a squad already featuring seasoned stars demonstrates an approach that balances immediate performance with long-term strategic growth. Historically, Real Madrid has leveraged transfers of this nature to assert both sporting dominance and market authority. Iconic signings have often served dual purposes, bolstering the squad's immediate capabilities while simultaneously reshaping the competitive landscape in Spain and Europe. In this context, Gallagher's potential move would not only reinforce the midfield but could also set a precedent for future transfers, establishing Madrid as the club willing to decisively act when opportunities arise, especially against direct rivals. The integration of Gallagher would also allow tactical evolution, enabling a midfield capable of controlling both tempo and intensity, supporting high-pressing defensive structures, and providing creative outlets that diversify attacking approaches. The resulting balance between structure and freedom on the pitch could define the team's style for years to come. In sum, acquiring Conor Gallagher would provide Real Madrid with a multifaceted advantage. On the field, he would enhance midfield quality, intensity, and dynamism, while offering additional attacking options and defensive stability. Off the field, his signing would weaken a direct competitor, assert Madrid's continued strategic superiority, and broadcast the club's ambition to both domestic and European audiences. For Gallagher, it represents a unique opportunity to elevate his career on the global stage. For Real Madrid, it is a move that aligns with the club's long-standing philosophy, a combination of audacity, strategic foresight, and pursuit of excellence that has historically allowed it to remain not just a football club, but a symbol of ambition and dominance in world sport. Every aspect, from tactical integration to player willingness, from market implications to fan perception, suggests that this potential transfer could be a transformative event, one that shapes the trajectory of the team, influences the competitive landscape, and reinforces Real Madrid's enduring position at the summit of global football.